gentlemen, we will later on be joined by the midget, the pedant and the orangutan. But to get the ball rolling, would you please welcome your hosts for the Top Gear Thunderdome, Sasha Martinengo and Tiff Liddell!
To the nipple on the breast of what has to be the greatest motoring event ever on the history of the African continent.
How's it, everyone? Can I just say how great it is to be back here in South Africa and back here at Kyalami.
Tiff, you've raced here.
Indeed, I raced, I think it was the last ever international race on the old circuit. I drove a Group C Lamborghini with his V12 engine wailing away. And I came back about 10 years later and raced on the new circuit, a Nissan Sentra, a touring car festival that was held down here. I was delighted to find that a new track was just as exciting and just as challenging to drive as the old one was. Now all we need to do is to persuade that Mr. Eckley Stone to bring the Grand Prix back to South Africa, back to Kyalami!
I tell you, from your mouth to God's ears. Anyway, I've got to tell you that what you're going to see here has never ever taken place at Kyalami before. We have got explosions, more explosions, and the Stig is here. Also, a little bit later we get Jeremy, James and Richard. They're all going to come out here and we're going to play a game that has never ever been played anywhere.
But before all that, let's get straight on with some breathtaking action from the Top Gear stunt team.
Together, the Top Gear stunt driving team!
And of course that stunt was all the harder thanks to your typical South African weather. Eh?
Oh, it's glorious.
How can you complain about English weather when on this skid pan full of water?
Glorious, glorious even. Tiff, I wanted to say, I mean, you used to be, a regular host of Top Gear.
Oh yeah, that was the old Top Gear, a real car show in the 90s where me and Jeremy had a lot of fun. But unfortunately they shut down that old Top Gear program, and so I went off to 5, where I didn't have 5th Gear, enjoying that for about 10 years. Of course you can actually read all about this in my autobiography, Tiff Gear, coming out next month. Make sure you buy one.
Good plug over there.
But of course I was recently back on Top Gear, a little cameo appearance. I came to help out James May racing a £1.5 million aerial atom against the BMW R1000RR Superbike. And it's a little thing that's coming out in Series 16 of Top Gear. It's the next series for you, but you don't have to wait until then. So we've got a little clip of that very item right here, right now on the screen.
This is going to be about corners. Got a better drive over the corner than me there, but I think I'm catching him again. And Chicago, giving a good beating down to the hammerhead. Here we go. Hard on the brakes. Turning in. 5 minutes power down in the corners like I can.
Well, it wasn't quite that fast, actually. The screen suddenly went wild there, speeding all the clips up. But as you may have worked out in that, I was actually pretending to be James and went out to make sure I had to beat the motorbike in that item.
I got to say, you dress a lot better.
You know, James wouldn't let me keep that top. I don't know why. I quite liked it.
I tell you, lucky man. What? All right, listen. The Thunderdome producer.